Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to the 1691, the year 1691. Oh, okay. This is the 1691st day that we have been getting together every day at noon. Long time no see. I think some of you saw me here yesterday, and it's so good to be seen again. My name is Munit Mesfin, and I am going to be your hostess with the mostest here in the Zoom land and Facebook land and YouTube land and wherever we may be. Are we all over being shared in every direction? All right, so I'm going to say hello to everybody that's coming in. Hello, Ariana from LA. Hello, Jojo in Tacoma Park. Hello, Phillip in New York City. So glad to see you here today. Hello, Diane in Massachusetts. Pauline and William in UK. Arlene in Berkeley. And Deborah in Kentucky. Hello, Aloysius in Massachusetts. Sheila out there in Florida. Trish and Victoria up north, hope you're feeling good, oh yeah. Jamie out there in Victoria too. Susan, Cincinnati, how do you do? Kathy, hey, I see your son's here today. Caroline and Boise, 1691, that's right. Luda and Victoria, Athena in Brooklyn, and Laris in UK, Linda and Ocas Island, hey, hey. Sue in Seattle, have a good day, Gary in Massachusetts, Ruth in Birmingham, Busy in Silver Spring, Nan in Hogan, Michigan, Storm, what's happened, Zoomiverse, Cricket, hello, how you doing out there, Ado, she got her iPhone, down in the curly tops in Vermont, Nancy, I love that cow in Washington, Caroline in DC, hello, Annette in California, hello. Linda in Massachusetts, hello. Carol in Connecticut, hello. Fred, what's up in Silver Spring? Lynn and Cliff in Vermont singing. Bob Lee, how you doing? Martha in Corvallis, my uncle's there. Ray, hello in New Jersey. And Louis in UK, I see. Kay in Texas and others coming through. It's really good to see you. Ba-dum-tsh. So that's a little bit of a freestyle to all the people out there in Zoom land and Facebook land, wherever you may be today. I'm here in Wheaton, Maryland, which is a town that I like to play, sing ukulele, and do all the things with my fellow friends that will be coming through later on. But today we are so glad to have, well, the son of the mother who are right next to each other on my screen. But today is Phillip Bullock's day with us. We're so glad to have him here. We were doing a little countdown of how many times he's been here by himself and how many times he's been here with his wonderful mother, Kathy. And we are so glad to have him here to sing songs to us. How you doing, Phillip?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good and so glad to be here. So glad to have you here. You're in New York City. How goes New York City?
It is gross outside. Warmer than it's supposed to be. It's raining. It's dark. It's gray. Gotta love New York.
Oh, I like to pass through. I've never been tempted to stay too long. But we're glad to have you here bringing in whatever sunlight and sunshine you're going to bring in through the people that have joined you on this daily antidote day. So, what is our antidote for today? The music.
Oh, I was like, wait, what? I
We
was
come here
like,
for medicine, Philip. We come here for medicine. That's why we're here. We're here to like heal our body. So basically, that's what we're here for our serotonin push. So what are you bringing us?
music. It's a uh, it's a song called "This Little Light of Mine." I'm sure it'll be familiar to everyone. But "This Little Light of Mine," I've also mixed it with another part of another spiritual called "There's a Balm in Gilead." Now, mind you, balm as in Balm, as in spelled like lip balm, not bomb as in like explosion. No, this is balm as in Balm, a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. It's really tough outside lately. For me, I'm an opera singer by trade, so this is audition season for me. It's this think of going on a different job interview every 2 days, and you have to go, but they don't ever have tell you if you get the job or don't get the job, or you maybe they hire you, but they hire you 3 years from now. And you just have to keep going and going and going. It's draining, and that is how I've been spending my life these last 2 weeks. So, ha,
We
well,
send all of our courage to you. That sounds like a nightmare, but I know it's for a good cause, which is again giving
Shalom.
beautiful things to the world. But we are ready for your balm. It's one of my favorites. Cannot wait to sing.
So when we get to it, I think you'll recognize the song, but it goes, "There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul." I'm sure you all recognize it. When we get to it, sing along. But before we get there, there's another song that I'm sure you also recognize that I keep singing to myself. It's This Little Light of Mine, but not the fun, bright, fast, up tempo one. For me, it's the quieter one that I often sing to myself on the obnoxiously loud trains of New York City and airports just around. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain. But then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. Sing with me. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. To heal the wounded Let your light shine, let it 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 shine.
I'm afraid to speak. I'm just gonna sit with that for a little bit. Thank you. I I love every moment of that. I cried a little bit. Nothing too serious. Nothing too serious. But that was so beautiful. That was so phenomenal. And it's literally the kind of just the soothing nature of I've never heard this light of mine that way. And it was a different song altogether. It was just something else because you sing it that way and it's like, oh yes, it should always be this. It should
Well,
always.
there's space for everything, right?
Of
Sometimes we
course.
need like that hype, like woo, but sometimes uh things are a little, a little quieter.
Sometimes things are a little bit quieter, and sometimes that is exactly what the soul needs.
Yeah.
And that is exactly the kind of balm, I think. There are so many things agitating us in all kinds of directions, in all kinds of ways. Sometimes the weather, sometimes the news, sometimes the auditions. Everybody is like, hire this man now. Who is not hiring this man, is what the comments are saying. Okay, in case you don't get a chance to read it, we're like, what's happening? What's happening, New York? Make it happen. Don't even ask the man to come back twice. Ah, that was so, so, so beautiful. And another thing is just seeing you and then seeing the pride in your mother's face. I don't know if anybody else was like, "Oh my God, look at I want Kathy to be in here. How were you feeling through this process? I want to hear you." Look at that. See?
Oh
It's
my
very exciting.
God.
It's very exciting.
That's all. That's all I have.
I feel what you're feeling. I feel what you're feeling. He's not my son, but I feel that way.
I'm so
And
proud of this youngin.
mm,
We're blessed. I have him, and I'm totally biased and proud of it. But even if I wasn't, he's fabulous in so many ways. So what can I
no.
say? It's just a blessing.
It is a blessing. It is such a blessing. And tell us though, tell us more about like this where how long have you been in New York? Let's be with you in this struggle. Let's feel your
so
pain and commiserate.
I started auditioning here on the regular back in 2014, and I moved to the city officially in 20 what, like 16 or 17 or something, and then I was home in Kentucky for the pandemic, and I got stuck in Atlanta, so I was in the pandemic for 2020 until like halfway through 2021 for about a year and some change, and then back to the city and then working. It's always tough because I feel like as artists and musicians, like everything we do is so can be so super personal, and internal, but at the same time, like we live in a world where that isn't uh, how that works. The world, capitalism in general, is not always accommodating for individuals or for people or for feelings or for struggles or for whatever. And so, I kind of like that about, which is pivot. I kind of like that about New York. I kind of like that it's a little bit of this like uh, the the aggressiveness of it, like the way that it's this uncaring machine, as it were. I don't think it's different than the rest of the world. It's just there's less of a layer of civility. People are going where they're going, and that's often it. And I, being the southern, I was raised in the South, coming here, it's a little refreshing. So then when you actually get to engage with people, I feel like I'm engaging on something that I can connect to faster because there's often less pretenses of it. And for me, that often makes life simpler because I do theater and I spend my life in pretense, in pretext, in context, someone else's context, or someone else's view of me, someone else's view of my singing, someone else's view of my acting, someone else's view of my voice, and how that fits together with the vision that is theirs, because that's what theater is. Um, so I part of why the song is also like significant to me is because it's about like you wherever you walk into whatever room you're in, whatever space you're in, or whatever season you're in, is like whatever the light is of your own, to the idea that you like let it shine. People can direct it or focus it or put a shade on it or those little gel things to turn it like different colors, whatever they want to do, but that doesn't change the light that you have. It just doesn't always show up the same way in the world, but all you can do is just like show up as the best version of yourself in whatever capacity. And so, especially these days, because everything is so like, it's wild out here.
It's wild in these
It is
streets.
wild out here in these
Hmm.
streets lately. And
Hmm.
actually, New York, especially post election, New York is pretty calm and somber in comparison to some other parts of the country. Can
Yeah.
only imagine.
I've heard the
That's
subways
good.
are very quiet. Somebody was like, I've never heard the subway this quiet in New York because everybody was
For
just stunned
days.
into silence.
For days.
Mm.
It really felt like large part I sang at a post election ecumenical service thing at in Harlem at St. John the Divine that was scheduled before. They were gonna do this like service regardless of how the election turned out. But of course it was packed. But it really felt like going into a funeral. The quiet, the somber, the way people weren't speaking to each other, the way people weren't taking selfies in front of this like massive like cathedral. It felt, you know, quiet and a little sad. Or more than a little sad. But but that said, there's so many things that are out of our control all the time. You can do what you can do, and then that's it.
Absolutely, absolutely. But for sure, like even here on this side, we got together the day after, and music was the way that we were like, music was at a center of a lot of these things.
Hmm.
Poetry was at a center of a lot of these things. The arts was again the place where people were like, help, help us survive. How do we get through this heartache and heartbreak and confusion and, just like accepting a reality that many people just, did not want to accept. But here we are. And it was, I think, I'm sure you were a blessing to them on that Wednesday when people were coming there, not taking their selfies. I like that point. Nobody was taking a selfie because they were
Yeah,
like,
because
nope, not
St. John the
today.
Divine is this massive, like,
Yeah.
cathedral. It's huge, it's stunning, it's beautiful, it's a whole city block, and usually there's like, ha, but none of that, none of
Yeah.
that. It's 1,000 people in there, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, it's
Yeah.
really something.
And I think, with the more healing, the more we're going to come back again to the center where we're like, all right, what happens next, and re-energizing each other and trying to say, all right, this is the new reality that we need to now negotiate with. But thank you for what you're doing because it cannot be easy. Every time I'm in New York, my heart rate accelerates, my blood pressure rises. I pass through there for like an hour and a half and I'm a different person. I'm like, ah! And then
Now,
I
to
go,
be
why am I
fair,
like this?
are you like near Times Square or something like?
It's just everybody's move, like what you mentioned. The motion is motioning,
It's a lot of
and
motion, but I will say, to be fair to New York, Midtown, Times Square, Financial District, everyone hates that. Every artist and singer I know avoids Times Square like the plague, if unless you have to be in there for some reason. So to be fair, it's
to
too
be fair,
much.
it is too much. That we does everybody here wish him all of the good vibrations, so that all of these auditions will immediately result in all of the good things, and that you will get to shine your light big, wide, to the ends of the earth. because we are blessed by this light that you have given to us. And I want to also shout out, there's some beautiful people out in the audience that have been singing with you. Obviously, there's special DAS song leaders. Amidons are out there. Where are you at? I don't know. Wave your hand somewhere, because they're there too. And we want to thank everybody that comes in and shares of their light. Again, as an audience, look at your eyes. They're glowy and sparkly too, and we feel that. So for your sparkles into us, for our being able to share with you, for all of that, we are grateful. I think we need to hear you again, though. But before I say that, is there anything we should follow, look out for, ways in which we can support you in your journey as you're
Uh,
doing what you're doing?
yeah, well, I have some stuff coming up. I'm on an album of an opera that just came out a week ago or so. Not fair warning, it's very avant-garde. It's very cool, but it's very different. It's called Romance of the Rose. It's on Spotify, iTunes, it's everywhere.
Romance to
Big-
the Rose?
yeah, Romance of the Rose.
Of the Rose, okay.
Yeah, I'm playing basically French Medieval Cupid, which is an adult. It's a whole thing. And then I have a couple of concerts coming up here in New York City at Lincoln Center Jazz, and then with the New York Philharmonic, and then I'm doing a show in Virginia Opera called Loving vs. Virginia. I have some stuff coming up
Okay,
soon.
where is the way how do we stalk you? Because you're saying very
My
fantastic things
website.
very
I'm so
quickly,
sorry.
like, Philharmonic this, jazz that, little opera, pop, pop. And I'm like, what are you doing? Slow it
It's
down there. We want to absorb the juicy.
it's philipbullock.com. I have two L's in and both names, in Philip and Bullock .com. It's mostly updated. I mean, it's updated, but it's most of the things are there. That's
Understood.
the
Okay,
easiest way. It connects to my
understood.
Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
We will follow you. Kathy's saying something. She's pointing to her. She's what you doing,
Oh,
Kathy?
I'm just saying, if you don't know, just call me. I can tell you. I'll let you know.
Call Kathy. She will let
Or
us know
my
what
email,
Philip is
my
doing.
at gmail.com. I'll let you know.
Perfect. Perfect. I will be listening to you on Spotify on my drive home. We're going to give you the stage back on this 1691. Yes, it looks like 1691 sounds like an important year, but 1619 is the one I'm thinking of. So it's a different kind of year, but we're all good. We're going to give it to you, Philip. Take it away. I'm going to be quiet now.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think, my works in vain. But then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain. But then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the wounded soul. To heal the wounded soul. To heal the wounded soul. Let your light shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
One more shine, shine, shine out there to philipbullock.com. We're going to do it. We're going to follow you. We're going to stalk you. We're going to be there listening to you on Spotify and letting you be a balm for us here in this realm. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you who are here to listen, to feel, to be with him. You should see the faces of these people when they're singing along with you. Everybody's just like this and like that and just like this. So I know that every one of us feels so much better. Do we feel so much better? Let's do it. Let's let him know we feel so much better for this, the balm that you have given. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna be so Jojo says we're gonna be a good luck charm all around you whenever you're going to your auditions.
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do, and we're going to continue to support you by listening, by following, and by saying, "Take care of Phillip, New York." And so thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Carpe Diem Arts, for making this possible for people to have their daily antidote of love and care and music. The arts is going to save us, like it always does. I wish the world would fund the arts and let the arts be as important as it is in that realm. But we are thankful for all the things that Carpe Diem Arts does and puts out there. You know what's coming up tomorrow. We've got Melissa James on Saturday. We've got Vaya Levchenko and Namora Smiley on the 24th. So every day, keep telling your people to keep coming in here to get their daily dose of medicine. The most organic kind, no side effects, just joy. Just joy. So thank you again. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you for the tech help. Thank you, Busy. Thank you, all of the previous Daily Antidote hosts that are here with us and performers that are with us. And thank you, Phillip, again for your beautiful gift.
Also, I have to say, that little like scat rap thing at the top, stunning.
Listen, I feel like adrenaline is what fuels me. So I'm like, what do I do? I don't know. Let's do this. And whatever comes out, we just roll with it.
And just roll with it. That's fantastic. I'd have lost the ghost about 2 names in.
Thank you. And so we'll see you tomorrow. So goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody from everywhere, all around the world, to the north, to the east, to the west, to the south, and from everywhere you've come from. Tell your friends to keep coming in, to be blessed by these moments of just pure, just the pure whatever. This is to you, this is good to me. So the good. For this good, we thank you. And Kathy, thank you for doing what you had to do to make Philip what he, thank you for your contribution in this journey. Obviously, we don't make our children, but we have something to do with them. So thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Munit. You're fabulous. Thank you, Philip. You're fabulous. And I'm just so happy to be here. Love to everybody.
All right. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we will see you tomorrow. Let your light shine in whatever form, wherever you are, in whatever way. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna say bye to Philip and to Kathy, Peter, Mary, bye. See, something else is happening. Dawn and the Curly Tops, Jojo, Ariana, Pauline and William. We're gonna say bye. And Arlene and Deborah and Sheila and Trish and Susan and Carolina. Tina, we'll see you in 1692 tomorrow. Don't you miss it. Kathy, Nancy, Ruth, and Laris, Mabel, Linda, Sue. We're gonna be busy. Yes, hey, they're busy. Neil and Gary, Caroline, Louise, Cliff, Dora, and Ellie, and Bob and Bear, and Adele. Hey, Cricket, Storm, and Alicious, and Jamie, Nancy. We'll see you later. Caroline and Jenny, Annette and Martha Ray, Carol and the Daily. Bye. Bye.
She's an icon. She's a legend.
Adrenaline, all adrenaline. I
She
need
is
probably like
glowing.
adrenal drops now because I'm done. Bye, everybody. I can never hang up a